The 5 of them walked along the path. It was weird. So many groups had started out at the same time, but it was only a few minutes into the journey when they discovered that they were alone. "This place is creepier by the second," Amanda said, holding her brown bag tight in her left hand. "Yeah, but there is something I need to do once I get the chance," Boron said as they walked. "What's that?" Nari asked him, and he sighed. "I just have to keep a promise. I always said when I got to Stonetooth I would bring home some of the lake water," he said, making stuff up on the fly. He had no idea what he was talking about. "Speaking of lakes, don't you think we should have seen it by now? I mean, this thing is supposed to be huge, right? Where is it?" Ticcen asked, looking around. She expected to see it by now. "No idea. Maybe we're just not close to it," Talcen suggested to them. There was sure to be a lake close by because all the trees, despite all of this strange magic in the air around them. There were even sounds of birds and other things here too. It was all natural, besides the reddish tint in the sky blocking out the light of the sun. "Come on. I'm sure we'll see it pretty soon. All we need to do is keep going." "What bothers me is where did the rest of the groups go? Why are we alone?" Nari asked. It was something that none of them really noticed before she said anything. "Yeah, okay, that is kind of weird," Ticcen said and looked around. "Maybe it's like it was coming here, the weird static portation thing," Talcen suggested, but no one knew. One minute they were all together. The next, it was as if everyone had found a different path. One minute, they were all together. The next, it was as if everyone found a different path, even if there was only one to take. "Who cares where they went? All we need to worry about is one another, and that's it. If you want to worry about them, go ahead. Me, all I'm worried about is you, not them," Boron said, a little too forcefully. Nari looked at him. "You almost sounded like you cared about us. That's sweet," she said, and was a little impressed. "I do," he replied, and smiled, but didn't want to look at her. Sometimes you can make a woman feel weirded out if you look too much, so he was being careful not to do it. "Boron the elf, our hero," Ticcen said and laughed about it. "The most heroic hero that's ever heroed in the history of the world. That's our guy," Talcen said as they turned a corner. Then they all stopped. Here in front of them was the lake they had just wondered about.